Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome to another episode of Road to WTT. We come almost back to back with them episodes. Today we're playing in Calgary. Calgary Open week after our Edmonton Open ended. And let me tell you, this was a much different experience to what the Edmonton Open had in store. I've really struggled with the gym and the completely difference of the how the ball bounces, and because this gym was a little bit smaller in terms of like ceiling was lower, and the tables didn't have that much slide to it. They had kind of more of a kick when you play, and you're gonna notice a couple of my mistakes from all of the games that the ball just jumps at the last second, and I kind of can't do nothing with it. Another thing that I kind of realized during this tournament is that I've really, even though I was really well prepared for Edmonton Open, my physical condition kind of doesn't allow me to kind of do it back to back for a couple of consecutive weeks. I didn't recover in time enough, and I did struggle with my right knee a little bit there, but this was a kind of tournament that I kind of had to keep pushing mentally. I needed to kind of persevere and push myself in order to get the result I needed, and that's kind of how I feel about this tournament and my performance here. But we started with the quarterfinal. I did record a around the 16 game as well, but decided not to post it. The way it was so hot in this gym was really frustrating. The hot and humid as well. You can feel it on your racket. You can feel it on my camera. My camera was recording the whole game, and it was so humid that you barely can't even see anything. It was like almost like you in sauna. So yeah, I decided not to post that one. So we started with our quarterfinal game against Yulia. I believe she was previously at some point like in Canadian team that she was playing at almost national team level. So. Really strong opponent. Obviously, playing against female players is a much more different experience. Where I do struggle against them as well because of their flat hits and all that stuff. It's much more different game that you're just not used to. And I did have my share fair bit of struggles, as you can see here. Especially with me trying to like save some energy there before semifinal and final game. It's not always great, and as you can tell, I was just getting impatient at some point, and I did lose the second game, so 1-1 game it is. I had to really dig deep in this quarterfinal to kind of find a result there, and it is what it is basically. Kind of want to also point out a little bit that I am working with, as I said in my previous video, that I'm working with a boosted 09C that I didn't touch before this tournament as well, but probably before next Calgary Open, that's going to be in November. I'll probably reglue it, reboost it, maybe put more layers of boost, just because I didn't let it dry out as properly as I should have. So we're going to be looking towards kind of rebuilding that same setup that I have now and working towards. But you never know. Maybe before that point, I will get the Zyre 3, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll ditch 09C altogether, or maybe we'll just put Zyre on the backhand and keep the 09C at the forehand. We will see about that. I really kind of struggled in this game against Yulia, and I was down for most of the third game, and I was like, when I was playing, I was like, oh god, like if we don't win this one, we're gonna be in plenty of trouble. Thankfully, like being down 5-7 or something, I kind of pushed through and won that game 11-7, and it's all about finishing the job at some point, which wasn't an easy thing to do. Couple more things about this gym. I really enjoyed the facility. The floor is amazing. The tables are decent, pretty good. Like it's about kind of adjusting to what the different gyms bring, and this gym is definitely much more faster than the previous gym that we played on, and also the bulb just bounces a lot more higher. So it took a little bit of time I'm not even sure that I've even got adjusted to it properly. My backhand was non-existent this whole tournament, and I kind of feel sad about that because backhand is kind of my bread and butter when I play, and especially tough games. And I just didn't have the feeling. I didn't have the proper. I don't know. Like every time I played backhand, it was just landing in the net for me, and I just didn't have it that day. Sometimes it is what it is, but really, I think it's really important to kind of look at your mistakes and kind of go, okay, so what we should play, how we should play differently. I see I lean in a lot of my backhand shots, which is never good. Is never good, especially, yeah. If from what I'm saying, if the ball bounces a little bit higher, then I shouldn't have been playing it from the table as I was playing it before. So yeah, it's all about those little nuances that you don't really maybe notice in the midst of things, but you only notice while rewatching the game. As you can see that even during counters, I'm getting lost because the ball just bounces sometimes in a way that I don't really enjoy or like and stuff like that. But I'm not the one playing in this gym, right? So I'm not the one. Everybody plays the same way, basically in the same conditions, and you just have to adjust to that. But at the end of the day, have 3-1 victory, tough one, but we're moving on to semifinal. Semifinal was against Senuka, and I do apologize about the kind of difference in quality here. My phone just ran out of space, and I noticed after the game, and I'm like, oh god. So yeah, semifinal versus Senuka. I played with him in Edmonton. On the final of Edmonton Open, which I won 4-1, and I was like, we need to take this game as serious as possible because Senuka is getting to that kind of level that you just can't treat him lightly, and you have to take each game very serious. And I was like, if I really want to win this tournament, if I want to have a shot, I need to preserve as much energy as I need to. So I need to win this game 4-0, and I need to move on as quickly as possible for me to get some rest before the final, especially as I'm not in 100% coming into this tournament. I had to kind of find a way to find the competitive advantage in any single thing I do here. So and kind of the first game started off well, but then in the middle I kind of set myself down and just couldn't continue. As you can see, I'm making some very simple mistakes that I really shouldn't be doing. And again, just forehand just not there. But forehand was more of a presence this tournament than my backhand. So I did have to rely on my forehand a little bit more, as my backhand I feel like wasn't as consistent as it usually is. So yeah, first game went down to the wire. I think it was in a balance the first game. And Senuka did present me a few challenges from this game, but I believe I handled him even better than the Edmonton Open, even though I'm down in this first game on balance here. But winning this point was crucial to tie at 11-11, and we're moving on. 12-11, set point. We're winning this one 1-0, and from there on, we kind of gained the confidence of winning the first game. I was like, okay, so we're in control now. Now we just continue pressing, and now we continue playing our game, and we moving on. But yeah, Senuka is never that kind of opponent that's so easy that you can relax at any point. As you can see, I started the game 3-0, and as you can see, like those backhands, I kept missing them in the net when I was just trying to counter, and I was super confused because usually my counters, they either go on the table or they just fly off. Today was the kind of day that I don't know, a lot of them were ending up in the net, which was very unusual. And I sometimes know how to analyze my mistake, but in this case I'm just like, maybe I just need to be a little bit more used to it, and maybe not put so much power in terms of just pressing the ball down or something. But yeah, I'm very excited for actually the next tournament in this gym, because I feel like I know this gym a little bit better now, and I can figure out the way to kind of improve my performance. But also I'll have a few months off before that tournament, so that I can get in proper condition to to play my best game in this tournament. As you can see from the title of the video, I finally play a person that I've been expecting to play him and at some point in any of the tournaments in the last 3 or so years, and just kind of never got to it. Edmonton Open. I thought it was going to be the first time I'm going to play him, but he lost to Senuka in quarterfinals, which this tournament is kind of his specialty. From what people have been saying in Calgary circles, that he keeps winning it because he just likes this gym so much. But I'm talking about my roommate, ex-roommate V. We used to be best friends living in Mississippi. In college, we used to be on the same table tennis team together. He's a little younger than me, and he was on national Ukrainian team a few years after me. So, it's basically my best friend from. We haven't really caught up in the last 3 years, but before that, when we were in college, that was my bestie there, and we did share. Played for same team, but also played like singles and against each other. So we know our game pretty well, and I was super excited to show you the game against someone strong and someone different, right? Because we did have a bunch of plays where I played Matthew quite a few times, and and it's a strong opponent. But I believe V is probably the strongest opponent we faced in this series so far, and and there's going to be a lot more games against him recorded. I expect a rematch during November tournament, and I want to see how our game just compiles together, like, because every time we play it's super close, and there's like literally nothing separates us, just like whoever's just a little bit more prepared that day. But 3-0 against Senuka. Third game was a little bit more easier. As I would just continue pressing on, but I just knew after winning that third game, was like, because this game was so much easier, I know game 4 is going to be harder, and Senuka is going to come out full swinging in full swing and trying to get it started, right? Because last game, I believe, in Edmonton Open at 3-0, he got that first game, and it was more problematic for me, and I'm like, okay, let's not make mistakes of Edmonton Open in this game as well, and let's try to finish it early. I really was pushing hard myself to keep the concentration, keep the focus, and keep playing with the same persistence that I was playing. Even though I do make some mistakes and I don't move probably as good as in Edmonton Open last week, I'm still good enough that I can cover the table. I can move to the whatever spot I needed to in time. It's not the fastest movement you've seen, but it's good enough for my current situation right now. And as you can see, we had pretty good rallies here to almost finish the game. I'm not sure what the score is right now. Probably should have recorded. The setup that I had the score in it. Unfortunately, I think I recorded one game and then the space on my phone ended, which is a rookie mistake, and I apologize. But the final is going to be recorded by my phone, so it's going to be all good. So don't worry about it. We're going to be back with the 60 frames per second and good quality of footage about now. Perfect. That just worked out phenomenally. So final versus my homie, my best friend V, Vladimir Lushnikov. He is rated higher than me currently. I believe I'm 26 something in 2600 rating, around there in the Canadian ranking. V is 2700, so with literally a difference of a couple of spots in Canadian rankings, both top 30. I believe I'm number 28 and V is like 19th or something in Canadian rankings. So super close as far as ranking, super close as far as game. I just want to kind of see this game with you and analyze it, share my thoughts of what I can do better, what I didn't do as well, because with me and him, we did practice for a bit there in preparation for Edmonton Open, and then we practiced just before going to Calgary there, and I believe I didn't play as good as I do in practice against him. which is normal. Like tournament setting is always so different. But from what I can tell you now is that I don't know how, I don't know if it's voodoo magic or something, but that side that I'm playing on right now just didn't work for me, at least at all. And you're gonna see the rest of the game for V as well. Like it wasn't great playing there. I don't know what kind of caused it, but I don't know. They moved the table weird, and then I have no idea. Maybe it's the humidity or something from that side. There's a little bit of the light that's coming into your eyes, so there's a lot of excuses that I can make. But I never had a good game or good set at that point. Probably the best, most competitive game I had at that side is the one that you're seeing right now. And as you can see, I didn't really finish it well. My Chiquita wasn't working. My backhand just wasn't there really. In comparison to like someone like Matthew, that I play pretty well usually during the games that I've shown on the channel. V is just different kind of player that actually just super uncomfortable for me. Whenever I play, he's more of a what I call like he's like a hybrid mix of Chinese style and European style, where his forehand is very like Chinese heavy, but he still plays with some of the weirdness of how European players play. And yeah, he plays with Hurricane, I believe, like have boosted Hurricanes and stuff. He's very, very mobile, very, very quick on his feet. Obviously, in much better shape than me right now. So, as you can see, I tried to play my best here, and our game will consist of him being far from the table and me being close to the table. That's just how it goes, and this is our games mostly. And maybe there should be different approach for me in terms of maybe starting the attack first. Maybe that's how I should approach this game next time. But as you can see, I was really disappointed with me missing a few more backhands, because that's just my bread and butter, and then I just hit a perfect backhand. So it's been that kind of day for me in the office there, and down 4-8 in game number 2 was not great. But we're coming back 7-8, and as you can see, I play a little bit more conservative from the backhand side sometimes, because I just didn't have it today. And then some of the Chiquitas obviously went, but because I just need to do them. Oh, great block here. Because I just need to do them. If I don't do the Chiquitas and start my attack first, this is where we fail. But we're going tied 1-1 in this game. Moving to the ghosted side, I guess. And it was kind of like a back and forth all the time. As soon as that was a great block. That was a great drop shot. Yeah, as you can see, I started off third game very well, with perfectly winning a point there, and kind of every single time I was winning the game, my like momentum and morale was kind of carrying me into that game, and then immediately just bringing me down, because I just couldn't set myself to have a decent game on that side of the table. And I can't really explain what it is. As you can see, I'm just making some mistakes that I don't usually make. As you can see, my second backhand is just not there. Maybe I'm rushing to play too strong or something, because against Senuka, right, I'm playing more conservative, but I just know that I can't afford to play more conservative and slower table tennis against V, because his speed is just so much different. I have to put my own pressure a little bit more. But yeah, this is just the struggle of playing a harder player, and it's just the way that you need to figure out every single detail, and then missing shots like these obviously don't help. So at some point I was just like, okay, this is I need to save energy as much as I can, and if it's gonna mean that I need to pass up this game and not fight for every single last point, then so be it. And I just need to kind of sell myself for the games that I actually have chance for. But game number 4, as you can see, I started again backhand mistake. That was just a prominent thing, and even like without rewatching the game, I was like, I made so many mistakes on backhand, and I just didn't have it for some reason. As you can see, I'm keep making those mistakes. But also, I think those mistakes just come from, as you can, there was a forehand mistake there as well. Those mistakes just come from maybe me not being ready to with my footwork, just not coming over in time, not coming over quick enough, just being tired overall, and especially when you're sore, that's when you make the most mistakes. And again, I don't want this to sound like an excuse or something, but that's more of me saying that I need to work on those things and I need to be better in those things. So in order for me to improve and play better, I need to make sure that I am just coming over for the ball and playing much quicker. As you can see, this game was actually pretty fun because we did have pretty good rallies and points, because before that we just didn't. Because we know each other so well, we kind of stuck in this in-between game where we don't really rally as much as we should. But great backhand here, and I was just running around, but unfortunately I didn't win this point. But this was one of the backhands that I made, and I was like, wow, if at least something like spectacular like that went in. But it's 8-8 tie game in game number 4, and yeah, as you can see, I'm not even countering as much anymore. I'm just trying to play the point, and yeah, what I'm noticing right now is anytime I attack first, this kind of would start attack with my backhand. This kind of what works out. We tied the game at 2-2, and yeah, I felt great after this second game, especially after those few points where I was like, hell yeah, we just won this. We just won this game. There were great rallies. It kind of gets you going, gets you hyped, and then we start the game super terrible, 0-4. And as you can see, mistake after mistake, allowing V to attack. Mistake here again, which brings it to 0-5. So yeah, this was just not a great game. I was trying to keep pushing myself that come on, we can't keep playing this game to save energy anymore. We need to kind of lock in and come back. But again, mistake after mistake, backhand is not going in. I was like, just didn't care about the risk. As you can see, a couple of points where V just great footwork and a great forehand. But yeah, 2-9, 2-10. We're moving on to game number 6. Yeah, like I can't even explain what's going on that side of the table, honestly. Do I have a mental block for that side specifically? I don't know. But that's good. But that's a good thing that I noticed when I started recording my games, and that's where I recommend everyone to, even no matter which level you are, you can always see stuff that you don't see or don't feel during the game. So recording your games is pretty important. And what I definitely notice is I need to be more kind of more aggressive in terms of finding the attack first, and then during encounters and stuff, I just need to be maybe more conservative in terms of like countering super fast, because I try to counter as fast as I can to V, and that's where my mistakes happen. Also, those mistakes kind of don't help as well, where my backhand is just not there. But yeah, this is the kind of game I needed. Maybe closer to how I play Senuka, where I need to start attacking first and keep the ball on table with high quality spin, and not let the counterattacks from V happen, or if they were to happen, just stay ready for anything that might need it. But 9-6 in game number 6. As you can see, those mistakes just happen only because I'm just not using my footwork correctly. It just I'm not in the right spot. I'm reaching over. My technique suffers because of that. So those are the main mistakes. But we take the game number 6. We're moving on to 3-3, final set, and once again I struggle on that side for whatever reason. I made a mistake in the first one. This one just wasn't great start. 0-3 with me missing a Chiquita down the line. We're moving on. Just missed a slice now, so 0-4. I believe I took a timeout at this point. Long serve down the forehand just to mix us up. We switching sides at 5-0, which is absolutely insane. And then as soon as we switch sides, I start to come back to the game, which is absolutely I don't know what's happening. Like there's no way I should be starting game number 7 with a 5-point gap. It's not one of my students. So yeah, 6-3, great backhand, 6-4. I believe V took a timeout at this point. So yeah, and great serve, great. It's like a downspin, a reverse pendulum serve. Down the backhand and then good serve down the forehand. I missed the 2 serves. 9-4. I allowed him to attack there, and we back to square one basically. We back to staying at the 5-point gap there. But this wasn't a game to just give up, so I kept fighting. We back at 9-6. We back at 9-7. Just allow V to attack a little bit more, and great point here at 9-8. I was feeling great, and I was serving from that forehand side and attacking straight away. But unfortunately, just ellipses the net just a little bit, and I missed the ball completely. And that's how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. Me losing in a final to my boy V. Congratulations to him. Great job by him. He had a tough couple of games to get to the final, but we ended up with him winning first place in the Calgary Open. I'm looking forward to November because I'm really excited to play him again and record this for the channel, because I do believe there's going to be exciting games, and I want to show you guys how it all ends. But this is it with today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.